What's happening, boys and girls? My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell, and I'm coming to you live on Memorex from the ultimate remote location, default rental car pickup route. As this more than likely and almost is guaranteed to be my last walk of this route or in this city this year, more than likely. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I got the ham. Me and my daughter, we're discussing how the ham should be made. And so what happens is I was responsible for the ham. And my ex-wife was there. So she hearing how we deciding. First of all, I was gonna do it, just by the book. I was gonna do exactly what the instructions said. And I still am. I want to do it exactly as the instructions said, because I want to see how it come out if I actually follow the directions and don't, whoop it up. So I'm telling my daughter that, and then she starts making all these suggestions. Then I was like, well, then we gonna do it. It's gonna be a we thing. Because I got my way I want to do it. And I'm not saying she incorrect or anything, but because my ex-wife and them, when it comes to cooking, I bow down. When it comes to cooking and preparing and hosting and doing all that, there's just no argument. I bow down, defer. They do it very right. But it's me and my daughter discussing, how this ham should come out. My ex-wife start interjecting all these little comments. Y'all gonna do what? What y'all gonna put in it? Y'all got brown sugar? Just, I was like, all right. I was like, don't listen to her. Phase her out. It's just me and you, we gonna do this. We don't need them in them damn hand. Her being all arrogant, laughing at our protocol procedure, our preparation and stuff, clowning us. Cause they gonna make a ham too. So first they said, I'm making a ham. I said, I'll make a ham, okay. And they picky people anyway. They don't be eating everybody's food. They real stuck up, snobbish people about food. And it's probably, they not have a right to be, but they probably should be. The level of food and the quality that they used to eating and the preparation, all this love and ingredients and work they put in the food they eat. I can understand why they wouldn't want to, settle. So we talking about making the ham. It's supposed to be the ham. They come to find out, they're making one too. I was like, what? So y'all making a backup ham? And I can hear them now. Yeah, we gonna make our own ham. I can see them now. We gonna make them own ham, whatever the people do. We gonna have our own. And I don't blame them, because there has been mishaps in the past when people have been tasked to prepare certain foods and it just didn't come out right. And even in that time, Kyle supposedly had cooked the turkey, and brought it over, and it was raw. They went off. I said, all right, and they threw that thing away. Because they didn't picky like that. That thing sit in the car so many hours, this and that, this and that. They threw the whole turkey away. And went got the one they had at home. So when it comes to food and stuff like that, they don't be messing around. And that's cool, I get it. So now, you know me, battle of the hams. Their ham versus our ham. And Kimberly kept saying, you did this, you did that. I'm like, nope. It's we in this. So we're gonna have two hams, you know, for the sake of it. Of course, you know I'm gonna hype it up and turn it into something. But also, we never have enough ham. We never have enough. So having two should have been in the having two should have been part of the protocol anyway. Because we never have enough ham. But I'm gonna cook it, see the way they cook it, and actually the way they cook it, and the way I used to cook it, was I slice it up, put it in the pan, and put it in the oven. Because I like it kind of crispy, and not burnt, but you know. Cook that way. But this way, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave it in the, I'm gonna do it by the directions, leave it whole, cover it, and the idea is to cook it really slow, like at 325. So I'm gonna cook it really slow and keep it juicy and keep it covered real tight and follow the directions that they have for, you know, season it and glaze it and all that. And I guess they're gonna cut this up. And she showed me last year how to take brown sugar, mix it with water and boil it down into something and pour that on top of the ham and then put it in the oven. I think that's the way they're gonna do this. And if I do mine right, I hope it come out like white people juicy. Just real juicy, you know, like, not white people, yeah, but like white people, you go to a restaurant where it's just so juicy and tender. And non-threatening. Actually, it's gonna be sweet. I don't know why people like to make the ham sweet, but they put that brown sugar glaze on and this and that. So I just want to follow the directions exactly as they go and see how it come out. So I'm even trying to time it to where when I take it to dinner, when it finishes cooking, dinner should be ready to be served. Try to time it so I'll cook it, you know, so it'll be 10 to 12 minutes per pound at 325, covered. And then after that, you take it off and you put it in the oven. You open it up, spread the spirals out, and put the glaze and stuff on it. And put it in there for another 15 minutes until the glaze kind of caramelizes or, you know, crusts up. So hopefully I can do that 15 minutes at their house, at the, you know, where we having the dinner. We do love our ham. And you know damn right, I'm gonna get my kitchen bags, my 1 gallon kitchen bags. Cause you know how, like, why am I showing me all the time? Forget where I'm at, people. I need to show you where I'm at. You looking at me, I'm looking at me. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. Every wrong, love it, how I feel. There's a guitar center. It kills me they got a guitar center out here. And that probably reflects on how little I may or may not think about this city. But this is Boardman again. Like I said, again, riding through Niles, riding through all these other places, where I was the other day or whatever, it's Youngstown that's all messed up. It's Youngstown. It ain't back here. It's Youngstown. Especially the place where I grew up, the street stuff I grew up, not the street, but that area, there was no investment in it, just no economic development, no investment at all. As soon as you cross that line, it gets better, brighter. More energy, life, businesses, light. The lights are much brighter there. And they're trying to build up downtown. And in the way they should, because it's so close to YSU. You know, YSU is doing some stuff, bringing in revenue and income and people. And, you know, and I don't want to say white people, but, you know, white people from other places. And they don't have to be white. Actually, that's an economic thing. People with income, they're bringing money in. I'm talking about class level. So when I say white people, I mean white, but I just don't mean so much racial. I mean more financial class, a different class of people. And that's not to say that the class of people back here is this or that, but they're definitely limited into what they've been exposed to. And, you know, the culture is not, you know, like I'm used to LA, New York, blah, 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 you know, super cultures. And then I come back here and it's, you know, it's definitely a shift. And I've learned to appreciate that shift and maybe even love that shift. There's no doubt about it. You know, I love this place. I have to say it again. I really have to say it again. I kind of don't want to, but I love being from here. And the from is very important. So I'm not sure how I would feel if I lived back here, especially after 40 years in Los Angeles. Almost like 20, 30 years driving past Hollywood every day on my way to work. Downtown Los Angeles, Venice Beach when I got bored, and Universal Studios and Hollywood Boulevard, and, you know, Ventura Boulevard, just the stuff that I'm just used to having around me. Even though I don't really do all that kind of stuff anymore. Because there was a time I was in a phase where I went to every art museum in the area. I used to hang out at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. I had a year pass. I used to go there, hang out in the basement with the ancient Chinese art and figures and stuff. Nobody being there but me, and just vibe out. I was going to museums all over the country. New York, Met, Chicago, Cleveland. You know, they play San Francisco. Legion of Honor, San Francisco, one of my favorites. Even went to the Butler Art Institute here. Just into it. Of course, I went to the ones in Paris and I think London. Did I do any museums in London? Definitely Paris, you know. Musée Rodin. Rodin was one of my favorites. I definitely had to go to that one. And, you know, so I'm just used to that. And there's not a lot of that back here. There's not a lot of that back here. People are interested and focused on other things. And I want to say it's a more simple lifestyle. And I don't say that condescendingly. I try my best not to say that condescendingly. It's just a simpler lifestyle. But I'm also finding out that I don't go nowhere. I really just like staying at home. I don't really go nowhere. Even here now, I don't go nowhere. I didn't leave the house yesterday. I didn't even get myself, so I woke up, my nose was hurting. I was like, I ain't going nowhere. So I was in the house all day. And then last week, I think I stayed at the house for like 3 straight days. realized that, so I was saying in my other video, people invite me over to come over and do this, do that, socialize and whatnot. I forgot that I don't like to socialize. I literally forgot that I don't like to socialize. And then even when I'm at home, in my domicile, at least something, even if something's jumping off, the LA Maggots could be playing. P-Funk could be playing. Hell, the Steelers could be playing. And I'd be like, oh. Do I got But when I get there, oh my God. When I get there, oh yeah, I understand why. Sometimes I guess I forget what it's like to be Jeffery. I forget what it's like to be Jeffery Pure Funk Mitchell, P-Funk 1. I forget till I get there. And that's being around other people. And I don't know if that's socializing, but it probably is. It's probably socializing, but I'm there for an event and not just to sit around and talk, you know? It's like go out as a group. No. Go out by myself and meet up with people. You know, I guess I socialize in an independent way. And I just realized that because people was asking me to come over, and I was struggling with why I didn't want to, or should I, or you know, what's going on, this and that. And then I realized, hey, Mr. Mitchell, you don't like socializing. You forget? But actually what happened was, I put the word socializing on it. I didn't think of it as socializing. I just realized all that was socializing. I was like, oh, you don't like socializing. Oh! I don't. You know, even when I go to the game or people don't shoot or anything, I like going by myself. So I can be free. And that's why doing this here, talking like this, being out, number one, documenting, number two, performing for an unknown and probably it could be non-existent audience. No, I know people watch this stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter the audience, just putting it out there. I'm convinced that putting it out there is significant and there'll be rewards from it. Just get it out there in the universe. Let history act on it. And I can do that, and I get to play on the internet, which I love. With technology, and I love technology. It's like it all comes together. I love technology, I love wires, I love the cameras, I put it together. Also, what I was thinking, my setup, and I did kind of call myself a genius. I built all this, my setup. You know, I looked at other things, I studied other things, I looked at how this did that, but I just didn't do the cookie cutter, this is how it's done. I just didn't buy a book and say, all right, this is how you do it, this is what you're supposed to do, this is how you do it. I didn't do that. I built it, I saw what I wanted to accomplish, and I saw the things out there, the pieces and the hardware and the software is out there that I could take and put together and accomplish what I wanted. I built all that. Like how I developed Velcroing the hard drive, a portable hard drive on the back of my laptop, and then taking that portable hard drive between my main computer and the laptop, so my main data storage always travels with me. And I wrote up batch files. Batch files are like automated. It's wet. My feet wet. My feet wet. And I made batch files to make backup systems And I built all that. And I love it. I developed this whole thing where I'm walking with this stick and a wireless microphone. And I did it on the cheap. And it was fun. And I enjoyed it. And I love it. And I still do love it. And I get to do all that in building this platform, woo, in which I get to perform. And not only perform, but get down my philosophies and ideas, develop philosophy and ideas and get them in digital, get them down, recorded, and what's the word? Documented. Get them video documents. And I figured out how to take those documents and a process where I upload them to YouTube, let YouTube transcribe them, run them through AI. AI summarizes them and does this and does that. I love this stuff. I developed all this. I built all this. I could have very easily just went out and bought a kit, bought the whole thing. All right. Or even hire somebody. Come in and set me up, set up my studio and let them do it. That's very, very, very not how I would do it. I just wouldn't want to do it that way. My recording studio, how I record, I developed that. I was like, here's how we can do it. I'm not even sure if I saw how other people did it to a degree. I'm not even sure if I saw how I quote unquote supposed to set it up. I just know, I just said, ooh, I can do it this way. I can do it piece by piece, step by step. I saw the pieces come together and what I needed to do to make it work, and I figured it out, and I loved that. I built it. You know, I'm not gonna say I built it completely independent, but like I said, there wasn't no book. I didn't buy a do-it-yourself kit or a book saying, this has to go here, this goes there, you gotta do this, do that. No. I put this together myself and I love it. And I get to work on it technically and all that. And it's a place where I can perform. And I love performing. And like I said, it's documented and just philosophize it and conscious streaming. And the beauty about it again is I can do it all independent of other people. I can do it at home alone in my house. I can broadcast or build this and build that. Philosophize, do this, socialize. I can socialize with virtual beings. And if you get it right in your head, it's just as good. And there we are, this hurts. Pick up my car on Wednesday, cost me 88 bucks. It's gonna kind of work out. It's gonna cost me 88 bucks. But I'm gonna have to keep it over Thanksgiving, kind of when I don't need it. I'm just getting it to take it to the airport. Well, can you see the clouds moving? See the clouds moving? So I got to keep it to when I don't need it. But that's okay, because I find the way it works out, my daughter worked this or that, it's gonna be good to have a car. I'll take me and granddaughter, come back to the house, do this, do that. It kind of work out. Extra car kind of works out. Just got to get the car seat into the car, you know. So that's no big deal. Anyway, here we are. It hurts. It hurts for the car. Gary, go in, do what we do. Get that car, take it back, see what time it is. Maybe, I gotta get some rolls. I forgot to order rolls, so I'm gonna have to go to the bakery. Mr. Paul's, Jane in the Classic Bakery. We used to get Mr. Paul's rolls growing up. I remember the roll, butterflake rolls. Oh my God, my all-time favorite. I gotta get some of those. Anyway, so we're going y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom in this, or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all. Theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.